Welcome to today's book summary video of How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. This book is a timeless classic that has helped millions of people improve their social skills and build more meaningful relationships. In this video, we'll be exploring the key concepts and insights from the book so you can learn how to become a more effective communicator, leader, and friend. And if you enjoy this video, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and click the link in the description to get your own copy of How to Win Friends and Influence People. Let's get started. Part 1: Fundamental Techniques in Handling People. In today's fast-paced world, the ability to connect with people and influence them is a crucial skill. Dale Carnegie's How to Win Friends and Influence People is a timeless classic that offers practical advice on building relationships and achieving success. In Part 1, Fundamental Techniques in Handling People, Carnegie lays the foundation for effective communication and interpersonal skills. Whether you are a business professional, a student, or a stay-at-home parent, this section of the book provides valuable insights that can help you navigate any social situation with confidence and ease. So, let's dive in and explore the fundamental techniques for handling people. Chapter 1: If you want to gather honey, don't kick over the beehive. In this chapter, Carnegie emphasizes the importance of avoiding criticism and instead focusing on building positive relationships with others. Carnegie starts the chapter by telling a story about a man named L.F. Strubeck who was in charge of a large sales force. Strubeck had a reputation for being tough and critical of his employees. However, he decided to change his approach and started to focus on praising his employees for their good work. The result was a significant improvement in morale and productivity. Carnegie then goes on to explain that criticism is not only ineffective but can also be harmful. When we criticize others, it puts them on the defensive and makes them less likely to want to work with us. Instead, Carnegie suggests that we should try to understand the other person's perspective and look for ways to build a positive relationship with them. One of the key takeaways from this chapter is that if we want to be successful in our interactions with others, we need to focus on building positive relationships. This means avoiding criticism and instead looking for ways to praise and support others. By doing so, we can create a more positive and productive environment that benefits everyone involved. Chapter 2: The Big Secret of Dealing with People. In Chapter 2 of How to Win Friends and Influence People, entitled The Big Secret of Dealing with People, Dale Carnegie reveals the most important principle for successfully interacting with others, showing genuine interest in them. Carnegie explains that people are naturally interested in themselves and their own lives. Therefore, if we want to win friends and influence people, we must show a sincere interest in them and what they care about. This means asking questions, listening actively, and being genuinely curious about their experiences and perspectives. Carnegie cites several examples of successful individuals who have mastered this principle. For instance, he tells the story of Charles Schwab, who turned around a struggling steel mill by asking his employees for their ideas and opinions. He also mentions the example of Theodore Roosevelt, who was known for his ability to make people feel important by remembering their names and asking about their interests. The chapter concludes with a powerful statement: the royal road to a person's heart is to talk about the things he or she treasures most. By showing a genuine interest in others and their passions, we can build strong relationships and influence them in a positive way. Overall, Chapter 2 emphasizes the importance of putting others first and showing a sincere interest in their lives. By doing so, we can create meaningful connections and achieve our goals more effectively. Chapter 3: He who can do this has the whole world with him. He who cannot walks a lonely way. In this chapter, Dale Carnegie discusses the power of appreciation and how it can be used to build strong relationships with others. Carnegie begins the chapter by stating that people have an innate desire to feel important and valued. He suggests that one of the most effective ways to make someone feel important is to express genuine appreciation for them and their accomplishments. He goes on to provide examples of individuals who have used appreciation to great effect. For instance, he cites the example of Charles Schwab, who famously praised his employees for their hard work and dedication, and as a result, motivated them to achieve even greater success. Carnegie also emphasizes the importance of being specific when expressing appreciation. Rather than simply saying "good job," he suggests taking the time to identify and acknowledge the specific actions or qualities that make someone deserving of praise. The chapter concludes with the reminder that appreciation is a powerful tool for building strong relationships and motivating others. By expressing genuine appreciation for the people in our lives, we can create a positive and supportive environment that benefits everyone involved. Overall, Chapter 3 highlights the importance of recognizing and appreciating the contributions of others. By doing so, we can build strong relationships and create a more positive and productive environment. Part 2, 6 Ways to Make People Like You. In Part 2 of How to Win Friends and Influence People, Dale Carnegie presents 6 practical techniques for building strong, positive relationships with others. Titled 6 Ways to Make People Like You, this section of the book offers valuable insights into the psychology of human interaction and provides actionable advice for anyone looking to improve their social skills. Whether you are a business professional, a student, or just someone looking to make new friends, the techniques outlined in this section can help you build rapport and establish meaningful connections with others. So, let's explore the 6 ways to make people like you and discover how you can apply these principles in your own life. Chapter 4, Do This and You'll Be Welcome Anywhere. Carnegie begins the chapter by pointing out that being a good conversationalist involves more than just talking. It also requires active listening and showing a genuine interest in what the other person has to say. He then provides several tips for becoming a better conversationalist, including asking open-ended questions, listening actively, and avoiding controversial topics. He also emphasizes the importance of being positive and enthusiastic in our interactions with others. Carnegie cites several examples of individuals who have mastered the art of conversation, including Benjamin Franklin, who was known for his ability to put others at ease and engage them in meaningful discussions. The chapter concludes with a reminder that becoming a good conversationalist is a valuable skill that can help us build strong relationships and achieve our goals more effectively. Overall, Chapter 4 highlights the importance of active listening and showing a genuine interest in others. By becoming a good conversationalist, we can create positive and meaningful connections with those around us and achieve greater success in our personal and professional lives. Chapter 5, A Simple Way to Make a Good First Impression. In Chapter 5, Dale Carnegie discusses the importance of making a positive first impression and how it can influence our relationships with others. Carnegie begins the chapter by noting that people form an impression of us within the first few seconds of meeting us. Therefore, it is essential to make a positive first impression if we want to build strong relationships with others. He then provides several tips for making a good first impression, including smiling, maintaining eye contact, and using the other person's name. He also emphasizes the importance of being confident and enthusiastic in our interactions with others. Carnegie cites several examples of individuals who have mastered the art of making a good first impression, including actors and politicians who are known for their charisma and charm. The chapter concludes with a reminder that making a good first impression is a crucial step in building strong relationships with others. By being positive, confident, and engaging, we can create a lasting impression that sets the foundation for a positive and productive relationship. Overall, Chapter 5 highlights the importance of making a positive first impression and provides practical tips for doing so. By following these principles, we can create a positive and memorable introduction that sets the stage for successful interactions with others. Chapter 6, If You Don't Do This, You Are Headed for Trouble. Carnegie begins the chapter by pointing out that a person's name is one of the most important things to them. By remembering and using someone's name, we show that we value and respect them as individuals. He then provides several tips for remembering people's names, including using repetition, association, and visualization techniques. He also emphasizes the importance of paying attention and being present in our interactions with others. Carnegie cites several examples of individuals who have used the power of names to great effect, including politicians and business leaders who are known for their ability to connect with others on a personal level. The chapter concludes with the reminder that remembering and using people's names is a simple yet powerful way to build strong relationships with others. By making the effort to remember and use someone's name, we can create a positive and lasting impression that sets the foundation for a successful relationship. Overall, Chapter 6 highlights the importance of using people's names in our interactions with them and provides practical tips for remembering them. By following these principles, we can create a positive and memorable connection with others that sets the stage for successful interactions and relationships. Chapter 7, An Easy Way to Become a Good Conversationalist. In Chapter 7 of How to Win Friends and Influence People, titled An Easy Way to Become a Good Conversationalist, Dale Carnegie discusses the importance of finding common ground with others and using it as a basis for conversation. Carnegie begins the chapter by pointing out that people are more likely to enjoy and engage in conversations that focus on topics that interest them. Therefore, finding common ground is essential for creating a positive and productive conversation. He then provides several tips for finding common ground with others, including asking open-ended questions, listening actively, and being genuinely curious about the other person's interests and experiences. Carnegie cites several examples of individuals who have used the power of common ground to great effect, including politicians and business leaders who are known for their ability to connect with others on a personal level. The chapter concludes with the reminder that finding common ground is a simple yet powerful way to become a good conversationalist. By focusing on the other person's interests and experiences, we can create a positive and engaging conversation that sets the foundation for a successful relationship. Overall, Chapter 7 highlights the importance of finding common ground with others and provides practical tips for doing so. By following these principles, we can create a positive and engaging conversation that sets the stage for successful interactions and relationships. Chapter 8, How to Interest People. Carnegie begins the chapter by pointing out that people are naturally interested in themselves and their own lives. Therefore, if we want to win friends and influence people, we must show a sincere interest in them and what they care about. He then provides several tips for appealing to the other person's interests, including asking questions, listening actively, and being genuinely curious about their experiences and perspectives. He also emphasizes the importance of being positive and enthusiastic in our interactions with others. Carnegie cites several examples of individuals who have used the power of interest to great effect, including salespeople and politicians who are known for their ability to connect with others on a personal level. The chapter concludes with the reminder that understanding and appealing to the other person's interests is a crucial step in building strong relationships with others. By showing a genuine interest in others and their passions, we can create meaningful connections and influence them in a positive way. Overall, Chapter 8 highlights the importance of understanding and appealing to the other person's interests in our interactions with them. By doing so, we can create a positive and engaging conversation that sets the stage for successful interactions and relationships. Part 3, How to Win People to Your Way of Thinking. In Part 3 of How to Win Friends and Influence People, Dale Carnegie presents practical advice on how to influence others and win them over to our way of thinking. Titled How to Win People to Your Way of Thinking, this section of the book offers valuable insights into the psychology of persuasion and provides actionable tips for anyone looking to improve their ability to influence others. Whether you are a business professional, a salesperson, or just someone looking to persuade others to your point of view, the techniques outlined in this section can help you build stronger relationships and achieve greater success. So, let's dive in and explore the strategies for winning people to your way of thinking. Chapter 9, You Can't Win an Argument. In this chapter, Dale Carnegie discusses the futility of arguing with others and offers alternative strategies for resolving conflicts and influencing others. Carnegie begins the chapter by pointing out that arguing with others rarely leads to a positive outcome. In fact, it often results in resentment and damaged relationships. Therefore, he suggests that we should avoid arguing whenever possible and instead focus on finding common ground and understanding the other person's perspective. He then provides several tips for resolving conflicts and influencing others, including staying calm and rational, avoiding criticism, and seeking to understand the other person's point of view. He also emphasizes the importance of finding areas of agreement and using them as a basis for further discussion. Carnegie cites several examples of individuals who have used these strategies to great effect, including Abraham Lincoln, who was known for his ability to resolve conflicts and find common ground with others. The chapter concludes with the reminder that arguing rarely leads to a positive outcome and that we should instead focus on finding common ground and understanding the other person's perspective. By doing so, we can build stronger relationships and achieve greater success in our interactions with others. Overall, Chapter 9 highlights the futility of arguing with others and provides practical tips for resolving conflicts and influencing others in a positive and productive way. Chapter 10, A Sure Way of Making Enemies and How to Avoid It. In Chapter 10, Dale Carnegie discusses the pitfalls of criticizing others and offers alternative strategies for influencing them in a positive way. Carnegie begins the chapter by pointing out that criticism is rarely effective and often leads to resentment and damaged relationships. Therefore, he suggests that we should avoid criticizing others whenever possible and instead focus on finding areas of agreement and understanding the other person's perspective. He then provides several tips for influencing others in a positive way, including offering sincere and honest appreciation, using encouragement rather than criticism, and focusing on the other person's strengths rather than their weaknesses. Carnegie cites several examples of individuals who have used these strategies to great effect, including Thomas Edison, who was known for his ability to encourage and motivate his employees. The chapter concludes with the reminder that criticizing others rarely leads to a positive outcome and that we should instead focus on finding areas of agreement and understanding the other person's perspective. By doing so, we can build stronger relationships and achieve greater success in our interactions with others. Overall, Chapter 10 highlights the pitfalls of criticizing others and provides practical tips for influencing them in a positive and productive way. By following these principles, we can avoid making enemies and instead build strong and meaningful relationships with those around us. Chapter 11, If You're Wrong, Admit It. In Chapter 11 of How to Win Friends and Influence People, titled If You're Wrong, Admit It, Dale Carnegie discusses the importance of admitting our mistakes and taking responsibility for our actions. Carnegie begins the chapter by pointing out that everyone makes mistakes, and that admitting and taking responsibility for them is a sign of strength rather than weakness. He suggests that we should avoid making excuses or blaming others, and instead focus on finding ways to make things right. He then provides several tips for admitting our mistakes, including being sincere and specific in our apologies, taking corrective action, and learning from our mistakes. Carnegie cites several examples of individuals who have used these strategies to great effect, including Abraham Lincoln, who was known for his ability to admit his mistakes and take responsibility for his actions. The chapter concludes with the reminder that admitting our mistakes is a crucial step in building strong relationships with others. By taking responsibility for our actions and making things right, we can earn the respect and trust of those around us. Overall, Chapter 11 highlights the importance of admitting our mistakes and taking responsibility for our actions. By doing so, we can build stronger relationships, earn the respect of others, and achieve greater success in our personal and professional lives. Chapter 12, A Drop of Honey. In Chapter 12 of Dale Carnegie discusses the power of kindness and how it can be used to influence others in a positive way. Carnegie begins the chapter by pointing out that people are naturally drawn to kindness and that small acts of kindness can have a significant impact on our relationships with others. He suggests that we should make a conscious effort to be kind and considerate in our interactions with others, and that even small gestures can make a big difference. He then provides several examples of individuals who have used the power of kindness to great effect, including Helen Keller, who was known for her ability to inspire and uplift others despite her own challenges. Carnegie also emphasizes the importance of being sincere in our acts of kindness and avoiding any hint of insincerity or manipulation. The chapter concludes with the reminder that kindness is a powerful tool for building strong relationships and influencing others in a positive way. By making a conscious effort to be kind and considerate, we can create a positive and supportive environment that benefits everyone involved. Overall, Chapter 12 highlights the power of kindness and provides practical tips for incorporating it into our daily interactions. By following these principles, we can create a more positive and productive environment and achieve greater success in our personal and professional relationships. Chapter 13, The Secret of Socrates. Chapter 13 of How to Win Friends and Influence People delves into the art of asking questions and listening attentively. The chapter starts by narrating the story of Socrates, a great philosopher who was known for his ability to ask thought-provoking questions that would lead his students to discover the truth themselves. The author emphasizes that asking questions and listening to others is crucial for building strong relationships and gaining influence. The chapter goes on to provide several examples of successful people who were skilled at asking questions. For instance, Henry Ford was known to ask his employees questions to understand their perspectives and concerns. Theodore Roosevelt was also an expert at asking questions to gain knowledge and understand the people he was dealing with. The author suggests that asking questions is an effective way of showing interest in what others have to say, and it helps build rapport and trust. Furthermore, the author highlights the importance of avoiding arguments and criticism, as they can damage relationships and make it difficult to influence others. Instead, the author suggests asking questions and seeking to understand the other person's perspective. By doing so, one can avoid conflicts and misunderstandings and build stronger relationships. The chapter concludes by emphasizing the need to listen actively. Active listening involves paying attention to what the other person is saying, asking follow-up questions, and responding appropriately. It is an essential skill for building strong relationships, gaining influence, and becoming a better communicator. In summary, Chapter 13 of How to Win Friends and Influence People stresses the importance of asking questions and listening attentively. It provides practical advice on how to develop these skills and highlights the benefits of doing so. Chapter 14, The Safety Valve in Handling Complaints. This chapter discusses the importance of handling complaints effectively to maintain positive relationships with customers, clients, and colleagues. The author starts by acknowledging that everyone makes mistakes, and it's inevitable that complaints will arise. However, the way we handle those complaints can make all the difference. The author suggests that complaints can be seen as a safety valve because they provide an opportunity to listen to feedback and make improvements. The chapter goes on to provide several examples of how to handle complaints effectively. The author suggests that the first step is to listen carefully to the complaint and acknowledge the customer's concerns. This can be done by using phrases such as "I understand how you feel" or "I'm sorry to hear that." By acknowledging the customer's concerns, you show that you care about their experience. The next step is to apologize for any mistakes that were made. The author suggests that a sincere apology can go a long way in diffusing a difficult situation. However, it's important to avoid making excuses or blaming others for the mistake. The chapter also emphasizes the importance of finding a solution to the problem. The author suggests that by offering a solution, you show that you are committed to resolving the issue and improving the customer's experience. Finally, the chapter highlights the importance of following up after the complaint has been resolved. By checking in with the customer and ensuring that they are satisfied with the solution, you can further strengthen the relationship. In summary, Chapter 14 of How to Win Friends and Influence People stresses the importance of handling complaints effectively. The chapter provides practical advice on how to listen to feedback, apologize sincerely, find a solution, and follow up to maintain positive relationships. Chapter 15, How to Get Cooperation. Chapter 15 discusses the importance of getting others to cooperate with your ideas and goals, and provides practical advice on how to do so effectively. The author starts by acknowledging that getting others to cooperate can be challenging, especially when dealing with people who have different priorities or interests. However, the author suggests that by understanding others' perspectives and needs, you can find common ground and work towards a shared goal. The chapter goes on to provide several examples of how to get cooperation effectively. The author suggests that the first step is to show respect and appreciation for the other person's ideas and opinions. By doing so, you can build trust and create a positive atmosphere for collaboration. The next step is to communicate clearly and concisely. The author suggests that by using simple language and avoiding jargon, you can ensure that your message is understood and that the other person feels comfortable asking questions or seeking clarification. The chapter also emphasizes the importance of being flexible and open-minded. The author suggests that by being willing to compromise and consider alternative solutions, you can demonstrate that you are committed to finding a solution that works for everyone. Finally, the chapter highlights the importance of building relationships and rapport. The author suggests that by taking the time to get to know the other person, you can create a sense of connection and trust that can facilitate cooperation. In summary, Chapter 15 of How to Win Friends and Influence People stresses the importance of getting cooperation effectively. The chapter provides practical advice on how to show respect and appreciation, communicate clearly and concisely, be flexible and open-minded, and build relationships and rapport. Chapter 16, A Formula That Will Work Wonders for You. This chapter provides a simple and effective formula for building strong relationships and gaining influence. The author starts by acknowledging that people are motivated by their own interests and desires. Therefore, to influence others, we must understand what motivates them and find ways to align our goals with theirs. The chapter introduces the magic formula for gaining influence, which consists of 3 simple steps. 1. Focus on the other person's interests and desires. The author suggests that by understanding what the other person wants and needs, we can find ways to help them achieve their goals. 2. Show how your goals align with theirs. Once we understand the other person's interests and desires, we can find ways to demonstrate how our goals and ideas can help them achieve what they want. 3. Provide a clear and compelling reason to act. The author suggests that by providing a clear and compelling reason for the other person to act, we can motivate them to take action and work towards our shared goals. The chapter goes on to provide several examples of how to use this formula effectively. The author suggests that by focusing on the other person's interests, showing how our goals align with theirs, and providing a clear and compelling reason to act, we can build strong relationships and gain influence. Furthermore, the chapter emphasizes the importance of authenticity and sincerity. The author suggests that the formula will only work if we genuinely care about the other person's interests and desires, and if we are sincere in our desire to help them achieve their goals. In summary, Chapter 16 of How to Win Friends and Influence People provides a simple and effective formula for building strong relationships and gaining influence. The chapter emphasizes the importance of focusing on the other person's interests, showing how our goals align with theirs, and providing a clear and compelling reason to act. Chapter 17, What Everybody Wants. Chapter 17 discusses the universal desires and needs that motivate human behavior, and how understanding these desires can help us build better relationships and influence others. The author starts by acknowledging that people are motivated by their own self-interest. However, the chapter goes on to suggest that there are several universal desires that motivate human behavior. These desires include: 1. The desire to feel important. The author suggests that everyone wants to feel valued and respected, and that by acknowledging and appreciating others, we can help satisfy this desire. 2. The desire for recognition. The author suggests that everyone wants to be recognized for their achievements and contributions, and that by providing genuine praise and recognition, we can help satisfy this desire. 3. The desire to feel understood. The author suggests that everyone wants to feel understood and appreciated for who they are, and that by listening attentively and showing empathy, we can help satisfy this desire. 4. The desire for a sense of accomplishment. The author suggests that everyone wants to feel a sense of accomplishment and progress, and that by setting achievable goals and celebrating successes, we can help satisfy this desire. The chapter goes on to provide several examples of how to satisfy these desires effectively. The author suggests that by focusing on others' needs and desires, showing appreciation and recognition, listening attentively, and setting achievable goals, we can build stronger relationships and gain influence. Furthermore, the chapter emphasizes the importance of being genuine and sincere. The author suggests that satisfying these desires will only work if we genuinely care about others and are sincere in our efforts to help them achieve their goals. In summary, Chapter 17 of How to Win Friends and Influence People discusses the universal desires that motivate human behavior. The chapter provides practical advice on how to satisfy these desires effectively, including showing appreciation and recognition, listening attentively, and setting achievable goals. By understanding these desires and being genuine and sincere in our efforts to satisfy them, we can build stronger relationships and gain influence. Part 4, Be a Leader. How to change people without giving offense or arousing resentment. This section of the book focuses on how to lead and inspire others without causing conflict or resentment. Through practical advice and real-life examples, this section provides valuable insights on how to become an effective leader and bring about positive change in your personal and professional life. Whether you're a manager, a parent, or just someone looking to improve your leadership skills, Part 4 of this book offers valuable guidance on how to inspire and influence others in a positive way. Chapter 18, If You Must Find Fault, This is the Way to Begin. The author suggests that the first step is to start with praise and appreciation. By acknowledging the other person's strengths and successes, we can help create a positive atmosphere for criticism. The author emphasizes the importance of being sincere and specific in our praise, and of avoiding flattery or insincere compliments. The next step is to clearly state the problem or issue that needs to be addressed. The author suggests that by being specific and objective, we can avoid causing offense or defensiveness. It's important to focus on the behavior or action that needs to be changed, rather than attacking the person themselves. The chapter also emphasizes the importance of offering a solution or suggestion for improvement. The author suggests that by providing constructive feedback and offering a solution, we can help the other person improve and grow. Finally, the chapter highlights the importance of being empathetic and understanding. The author suggests that by putting ourselves in the other person's shoes and showing empathy, we can create a more positive and productive conversation. In summary, Chapter 18 of How to Win Friends and Influence People provides practical advice on how to criticize effectively. The chapter emphasizes the importance of starting with praise and appreciation, being specific and objective, offering a solution or suggestion for improvement, and being empathetic and understanding. By following these principles, we can deliver criticism in a way that is well received and constructive. Chapter 19, How to Criticize and Not Be Hated for It. This chapter provides further guidance on how to effectively criticize others without causing offense or resentment. The author acknowledges that criticism can be difficult to deliver, but that it is often necessary for personal and professional growth. The chapter provides several examples of how to criticize effectively. The author suggests that the first step is to avoid attacking the person themselves and to focus on the behavior or action that needs to be changed. It's important to be specific and objective and to avoid generalizations or exaggerations. The author also suggests that it's important to choose the right time and place to deliver criticism. By choosing a private and appropriate setting, we can avoid causing embarrassment or discomfort. Furthermore, the chapter emphasizes the importance of using I statements rather than you statements. By focusing on our own feelings and reactions, rather than blaming or attacking the other person, we can create a more productive and positive conversation. The chapter also provides practical advice on how to respond to criticism. The author suggests that it's important to listen attentively, avoid becoming defensive or argumentative, and take responsibility for our actions. In summary, Chapter 19 of How to Win Friends and Influence People provides practical advice on how to criticize effectively without causing offense or resentment. The chapter emphasizes the importance of being specific and objective, choosing the right time and place, using I statements, and responding to criticism in a constructive way. Chapter 20, Talk About Your Own Mistakes First. Chapter 20 starts by acknowledging that everyone makes mistakes, and that admitting our own mistakes can be a powerful way to build trust and credibility with others. The author suggests that by being honest and vulnerable about our own shortcomings, we can create a more open and authentic conversation. The chapter provides several examples of how talking about our own mistakes can be effective. The author suggests that by sharing our own experiences, we can help others feel more comfortable and willing to share their own mistakes and challenges. Furthermore, the chapter emphasizes the importance of being humble and avoiding defensiveness. The author suggests that by being open to feedback and willing to learn from our mistakes, we can create a culture of continuous improvement and growth. The chapter also provides practical advice on how to use this principle effectively. The author suggests that when giving feedback or criticism, we should start by acknowledging our own mistakes or shortcomings. By doing so, we can create a more positive and productive conversation and avoid causing defensiveness or resentment. In summary, Chapter 20 of How to Win Friends and Influence People emphasizes the importance of talking about our own mistakes first. The chapter provides practical advice on how to use this principle effectively and highlights the benefits of being honest, vulnerable, and open to feedback. By following these principles, we can build trust and credibility with others and create a culture of continuous improvement and growth. Chapter 21, No One Likes to Take Orders. The author starts by acknowledging that giving orders can be difficult, as no one likes to feel like they are being controlled or told what to do. The chapter goes on to provide several examples of how to give orders effectively. The author suggests that the first step is to provide a clear and compelling reason for the order. By explaining why the order is necessary and how it will benefit the other person or the organization, we can create a sense of purpose and motivation. The next step is to show respect and consideration for the other person's feelings and needs. The author suggests that by being polite, courteous, and empathetic, we can create a positive and respectful atmosphere for the conversation. Furthermore, the chapter emphasizes the importance of being specific and clear in our instructions. The author suggests that by providing clear and concise instructions, we can avoid confusion or misunderstandings. The chapter also provides practical advice on how to handle resistance or pushback. The author suggests that by listening attentively and showing empathy, we can understand the other person's concerns and find ways to address them. In summary, Chapter 21 of How to Win Friends and Influence People provides practical advice on how to give orders effectively. The chapter emphasizes the importance of providing a clear and compelling reason, showing respect and consideration, being specific and clear, and handling resistance with empathy and attentiveness. Chapter 22, Let the Other Person Save Face. In Chapter 22, Carnegie talks about the importance of not embarrassing or humiliating others, and instead allowing them to save face in difficult situations. Carnegie starts by sharing a story about a man who was caught cheating on his wife. Instead of publicly humiliating him, the wife chose to privately confront him and give him the opportunity to make things right. This approach saved the man's reputation and allowed him to maintain his dignity. Carnegie then goes on to explain that people will do almost anything to avoid embarrassment or humiliation. If we can help others save face, we can build stronger relationships and avoid unnecessary conflicts. One way to do this is to avoid criticizing or condemning others in public. Instead, if you have an issue with someone, speak to them privately and respectfully. Carnegie also suggests using positive reinforcement and praise to motivate others and show appreciation for their efforts. Another key point in this chapter is the importance of admitting when we are wrong. By acknowledging our mistakes and taking responsibility for them, we can show humility and gain the respect of others. Overall, the message of this chapter is clear. We should always strive to treat others with respect and dignity, and avoid causing unnecessary embarrassment or humiliation. Chapter 23, How to Spur People on to Success. Carnegie starts by pointing out that many people are capable of achieving great things, but they often lack the motivation or encouragement to do so. As a leader or influencer, it is our job to inspire and motivate those around us to reach their full potential. One way to do this is through positive reinforcement and recognition. Carnegie suggests that we should praise and reward people for their accomplishments, no matter how small they may seem. This will help to build their confidence and motivate them to continue working hard. Another key point in this chapter is the importance of setting goals and having a clear vision of what we want to achieve. Carnegie suggests that we should help others to set meaningful goals and work towards them in a focused and determined manner. Carnegie also emphasizes the importance of providing constructive feedback and guidance. Instead of criticizing or condemning others for their mistakes, we should offer constructive feedback and guidance to help them learn and grow. Overall, the message of this chapter is that we should strive to inspire and motivate others to achieve their goals and reach their full potential. Chapter 24, Give the Dog a Good Name. In this chapter, Carnegie talks about the importance of giving others a positive reputation to live up to. Carnegie starts by pointing out that people often live up to the reputation that others have given them. If we have a positive view of someone and expect them to do well, they are more likely to live up to that expectation. On the other hand, if we have a negative view of someone and expect them to fail, they are more likely to live up to that expectation as well. One way to give others a good reputation is through sincere and honest praise. Carnegie suggests that we should look for the good in others and praise them for their strengths and accomplishments. This will help to build their confidence and encourage them to continue doing well. Another key point in this chapter is the importance of avoiding negative labels and stereotypes. Carnegie suggests that we should avoid labeling others as lazy, stupid, or incompetent, as this can be demotivating and hurtful. Instead, we should focus on their strengths and potential. Carnegie also emphasizes the importance of leading by example. If we want others to have a good reputation, we should strive to have a good reputation ourselves. This means being honest, reliable, and respectful in our interactions with others. Overall, the message of this chapter is that we should strive to give others a positive reputation to live up to. Chapter 25, Make the Fault Seem Easy to Correct. In Chapter 25, Carnegie talks about the importance of being tactful and diplomatic when pointing out the faults of others. Carnegie starts by pointing out that people are often defensive and resistant to criticism. If we want to help others improve, we need to be tactful and diplomatic in our approach. One way to do this is by making the fault seem easy to correct. Instead of criticizing someone for their mistakes, we should offer constructive feedback and guidance on how to improve. Carnegie suggests that we should focus on the positive aspects of their performance and suggest small, achievable steps that they can take to improve. Another key point in this chapter is the importance of using indirect suggestions. Instead of telling someone directly what they need to do, we should offer indirect suggestions and allow them to come to their own conclusions. This will help to avoid defensiveness and resistance. Carnegie also emphasizes the importance of being empathetic and understanding. We should try to put ourselves in the other person's shoes and understand their perspective. By doing so, we can offer more effective feedback and guidance. Overall, the message of this chapter is that we should be tactful and diplomatic when pointing out the faults of others. By making the faults seem easy to correct, using indirect suggestions, and being empathetic and understanding, we can help others to improve without causing defensiveness or resistance. Chapter 26, Making People Glad to Do What You Want. In this chapter, Carnegie talks about the importance of inspiring others to willingly cooperate and do what we want them to do. Carnegie starts by pointing out that people are more likely to cooperate willingly if they feel appreciated and valued. Therefore, it is important to show genuine interest in others and to express gratitude and appreciation for their efforts. Another key point in this chapter is the importance of appealing to people's self-interest. Carnegie suggests that we should focus on the benefits that others will receive from cooperating with us, rather than just our own interests. Carnegie also emphasizes the importance of being enthusiastic and passionate about what we want others to do. If we show genuine enthusiasm and excitement, others are more likely to be inspired to cooperate willingly. Another effective strategy is to make the task at hand seem like a game or a challenge. By framing the task in a positive and fun way, we can inspire others to willingly participate and do their best. Overall, the message of this chapter is that we should strive to inspire others to willingly cooperate and do what we want them to do. By showing appreciation, appealing to self-interest, being enthusiastic and passionate, and framing the task in a positive and fun way, we can make people glad to do what we want. Part 5, Letters that Produced Miraculous Results. In this section, Carnegie shares real-life examples of how powerful and effective written communication can be in achieving our goals and influencing others. Through these examples, readers can learn valuable lessons about how to write effective letters and use written communication to achieve their desired outcomes. Chapter 27, The Power of a Letter That Requests a Favor. In this chapter, Carnegie talks about the power of written communication in requesting a favor from someone. Carnegie starts by pointing out that a well-written letter can be more effective than a face-to-face conversation in certain situations. A letter allows us to carefully choose our words and craft our message in a way that is persuasive and compelling. One key point in this chapter is the importance of being specific and clear in our requests. We should clearly state what we want and provide all the necessary details and information to make it easy for the other person to fulfill our request. Carnegie also emphasizes the importance of being sincere and honest in our requests. If we are genuine and authentic in our communication, the other person is more likely to be receptive to our request. Another effective strategy is to appeal to the other person's self-interest. We should explain how fulfilling our request will benefit them and provide a compelling reason for them to do so. Overall, the message of this chapter is that a well-written letter can be a powerful tool in requesting a favor from someone. By being specific, sincere, and appealing to the other person's self-interest, we can increase the likelihood of our request being fulfilled. Chapter 28, The Power of a Letter of Apology. In Chapter 28, Carnegie talks about the importance of apologizing sincerely and effectively when we have done something wrong. Carnegie starts by pointing out that everyone makes mistakes, and it is important to take responsibility for our actions and apologize when we have hurt or wronged someone. One key point in this chapter is the importance of being sincere and genuine in our apologies. We should acknowledge our mistake, take responsibility for our actions, and express genuine remorse and regret. Carnegie also emphasizes the importance of making amends and taking action to correct our mistake. We should explain what we are doing to prevent the same mistake from happening again and offer to make things right in any way we can. Another effective strategy is to offer a solution or a way to prevent the mistake from happening again in the future. By taking proactive steps to prevent similar situations, we can show that we are committed to making things right and preventing future harm. Overall, the message of this chapter is that a sincere and effective apology can be a powerful tool in repairing relationships and resolving conflicts. By taking responsibility for our actions, expressing genuine remorse, making amends, and offering solutions, we can show that we are committed to making things right and rebuilding trust with others. Chapter 29, The Power of a Letter of Sympathy. Carnegie starts by pointing out that expressing sympathy and empathy can be difficult in face-to-face conversations, but a well-written letter can be a powerful tool in conveying our feelings and emotions. One key point in this chapter is the importance of being sincere and genuine in our expressions of sympathy. We should take the time to understand the other person's situation and express our feelings in a way that is heartfelt and authentic. Carnegie also emphasizes the importance of being specific in our expressions of sympathy. We should acknowledge the other person's pain and offer specific words of comfort and support. Another effective strategy is to offer practical help or support. By offering specific ways to help, we can show that we are committed to easing the other person's burden and making things easier for them. Overall, the message of this chapter is that a well-written letter of sympathy can be a powerful tool in expressing our feelings and emotions. By being sincere, specific, and offering practical help, we can show our support and comfort to those who are going through difficult times. Chapter 30, The Power of a Letter of Appreciation. In this chapter, Carnegie talks about the importance of expressing gratitude and appreciation through written communication. Carnegie starts by pointing out that everyone likes to feel appreciated and valued, and a well-written letter of appreciation can be a powerful tool in building positive relationships and strengthening connections. One key point in this chapter is the importance of being specific in our expressions of appreciation. We should clearly state what we are grateful for and provide specific examples of how the other person has helped us or made a positive impact in our lives. Carnegie also emphasizes the importance of being sincere and genuine in our expressions of appreciation. We should take the time to truly reflect on the other person's contributions and express our gratitude in a way that is heartfelt and authentic. Another effective strategy is to offer specific words of encouragement and support. By acknowledging the other person's strengths and offering words of encouragement, we can help to build their confidence and motivate them to continue doing well. Overall, the message of this chapter is that a well-written letter of appreciation can be a powerful tool in building positive relationships and showing gratitude and appreciation to those who have helped us or made a positive impact in our lives. Part 6, 7 Rules for Making Your Home Life Happier. In this section, Carnegie shares practical advice and tips for improving relationships within the home and creating a happier, more harmonious family environment. Through these rules, readers can learn how to communicate effectively, resolve conflicts, and build positive relationships with those closest to them. Chapter 31, How to Dig Your Marital Grave in the Quickest Possible Way. In this chapter, Carnegie talks about the common mistakes that people make in their marriages that can lead to the breakdown of the relationship. Carnegie starts by pointing out that one of the biggest mistakes people make is to criticize and condemn their partner. Instead of focusing on their partner's faults, they should focus on their positive qualities and express appreciation and gratitude for their contributions. Another key point in this chapter is the importance of communication. Carnegie suggests that couples should communicate openly and honestly and listen to each other without judgment or defensiveness. Carnegie also emphasizes the importance of showing affection and intimacy in the relationship. Couples should make time for each other and show physical affection, such as hugging and kissing, to maintain a strong connection. Another common mistake that people make is to hold grudges and refuse to forgive. Carnegie suggests that couples should be willing to forgive and move on from past mistakes, and work together to overcome challenges and build a stronger relationship. Overall, the message of this chapter is that a successful marriage requires effort, communication, and a willingness to focus on the positive qualities of our partner. By avoiding criticism and condemnation, communicating openly and honestly, showing affection and intimacy, and being willing to forgive, we can build a stronger and happier relationship with our partner. Chapter 32, Love and Let Live. In Chapter 32, Carnegie talks about the importance of accepting and respecting our differences in relationships and learning to live with them harmoniously. Carnegie starts by pointing out that everyone is different and that we should learn to accept and embrace those differences in our relationships. Instead of trying to change our partner or force them to conform to our expectations, we should learn to appreciate and respect their unique qualities and perspectives. One key point in this chapter is the importance of compromise. Carnegie suggests that couples should be willing to compromise and find common ground in their differences, rather than insisting on having things their own way. Carnegie also emphasizes the importance of avoiding criticism and condemnation. Instead of focusing on our partner's faults or shortcomings, we should focus on their positive qualities and express appreciation and gratitude for their contributions. Another effective strategy is to focus on the things we have in common rather than our differences. By finding common ground and shared interests, we can build a stronger and more harmonious relationship. Overall, the message of this chapter is that a successful relationship requires acceptance, respect, and compromise. By learning to love and let live, focusing on the positive qualities of our partner, avoiding criticism and condemnation, and finding common ground, we can build a stronger and more harmonious relationship with our partner. Chapter 33. Do this and you'll be looking up the timetables to Reno. Carnegie starts by pointing out that criticism and condemnation can be incredibly destructive in relationships. These behaviors can erode trust and respect, and can ultimately lead to the breakdown of the relationship. One key point in this chapter is the importance of focusing on the positive aspects of our partner, rather than their faults. Instead of criticizing or condemning our partner for their mistakes or shortcomings, we should focus on their positive qualities and express appreciation and gratitude for their contributions. Carnegie also emphasizes the importance of showing empathy and understanding in our relationships. We should try to put ourselves in our partner's shoes and understand their perspective, rather than simply reacting with criticism or condemnation. Another effective strategy is to use positive reinforcement and encouragement. By praising and rewarding our partner for their positive behaviors, we can encourage them to continue doing well and strengthen our relationship. Overall, the message of this chapter is that criticism and condemnation can be incredibly destructive in relationships. By avoiding these behaviors, focusing on the positive aspects of our partner, showing empathy and understanding, and using positive reinforcement and encouragement, we can build a stronger and more harmonious relationship with our partner. Chapter 34. A quick way to make everybody happy. The chapter emphasizes the importance of showing appreciation and gratitude towards others, as it can have a significant positive impact on their mood and behavior. Carnegie shares the story about a man who was able to turn around a difficult situation by simply thanking and showing appreciation to his employees. He suggests that people often feel undervalued and unappreciated in their work and personal lives, and a simple gesture of gratitude can go a long way in making them feel valued and respected. Carnegie also advises readers to avoid criticism and instead focus on finding something positive to say about others. He suggests that by doing so, people can create a more positive and supportive environment, which can lead to better relationships and increased productivity. The chapter concludes with Carnegie encouraging readers to make a conscious effort to show appreciation and gratitude towards others, as it can be a powerful tool for building trust, improving relationships, and achieving success. And that concludes our summary of How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. We hope that you've gained valuable insights and strategies that you can apply in your daily life to improve your relationships and achieve your goals. If you want to dive deeper into the book and learn more, be sure to click the link in the description to get your own copy. And if you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to our channel for more book summaries and content that will help you grow and succeed. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.